Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Haven't posted for a little while. Been a little bit static over Christmas. We've had some family out from the UK, so we've just been spending some time with those guys, so I haven't really been focused on this thing too much. The countdown is definitely on. 1st of June we're leaving, so we've only got that 5 months to try and get this thing finished. So I thought what I'd do, I've put a few videos up, a few modifications that we've done to it, but I haven't really, and there was heaps of stuff done before I started doing that stuff. So what I might do, I'll do like a bit of a halfway point rig rundown, so you can see what I've done to it. I'll have a bit of a chat to you about the plan moving forward, what the next 5 months or so are going to look like for us to try and get this thing done. So yeah, stay tuned guys and we'll go through it. Rightio, so starting from the front guys, got the ARB Deluxe bar, a bit of a timeless classic I think, this bar. The front end looks really good on this thing. So I've got that in satin black, and I've got the ARB side rails as well bolted onto that, as you can see there. I've powder coated the steps just to go with that black and sandy torque theme throughout the build, which looks pretty tidy. And so you do have your fog lights. So the bar comes with the front bash plate under there. I've got the ARB toe point as well. You might have seen that I put the RUNVA 13XP winch in. It was that video that I put of that installation. And I've also got the Factor 55 flat link expert there with the rope guard on it. Looks pretty neat in there, I reckon. Looks good. Also got the STEDI Type X Pros. I think they're the 8.5 inch or something like that. We don't plan to do heaps of night driving. So I think these are going to be more than capable for the lights on the front of the car. So I'm not going to worry about light bars and all that sort of stuff. But so they should be fine. I've got the shorty aerial there for the GME XRS unit. So we will be getting the taller aerial for when we go out west. This around here is fine for now. I've got it on that fold down bracket as well. Really good quality, that GME stuff, and all Australian made, so that's pretty cool. Yep, standard stubby holder, just a bit of an extra there in case I forget the other ones. Righto, staying up front, we'll pop this bonnet and I'll show you what we've done underneath there. Alrighty, we're under the bonnet now. So I haven't really done much under here so far. There's a little bit more to come over the next couple of months, but I'll show you just what I've done so far. And that is catch can and secondary fuel filter. So I have put the Safari kit into there. The fuel filter and water separator is pretty good. It's quite large, high flow. It also tees into your factory water alarm, so if you do get water in there, that'll flush on your dash, and then you can pick that up and sort it out, see what's going on. I'll put that SRW screen on top of the intercooler there, just to stop any rocks and shit flying in there. I do have those guards in front of the radiator as well, behind the grill there. Catch can lines, and obviously your isolator for that winch under here as well. So yeah, not too much. There will be a little bit more going on. I am hoping to do some performance upgrades to this in the coming months, so be sure to check that out when it pops up. But yeah, if you subscribe to the channel and click that notifications bell, then yeah, you'll get alerts for all that sort of stuff anyway. Rightio, moving towards the rear of the car. Alrighty, so you probably would have seen, so I have got the Safari RMAX intake as well for that thing. The first thing that I done was I put the sun visor on there. I always liked it, wanted it, fitted it, and love it now, so it's good. So I've got that. You might notice the indicators, so they have been upgraded because it was a pre-registration GBM upgrade, which I've completed on this. So I have gone for the OME Nitro Charger Sports. So yeah, this is just going to be a touring vehicle. I ummed and ahed about the BP51s, and I opted not to do it. I'm not saying that I'm regretting that decision at the moment, but we'll just have to see how these things perform. Obviously we are setting this up for a trip. I don't want anything to fail, and I'm hoping these things aren't going to let me down. So it is a 2-inch lift across the board. I've got 400 kilo rear springs in it for the time being, and I may upgrade that, the spring pack, or stick some airbags in, but I'm just going to wait till the build continues and just see how it sits with that constant load in it all the time. I will be towing a boat as well, so that may come into effect, but we'll just have to see how we go. Righto, so you probably would have seen these as well. I have upgraded the wheels and tyres on this thing, so I've gone for the RLH Assaults. When I bought these were the latest wheel that RLH had brought out at the time. I think they look really good, very hard to clean. I've wrapped them in the FALKEN Wild Peaks, just in the all-terrains, the AT3Ws. I had these on a previous car and couldn't fault them, and just continue to hear good things about them, so that's what I've gone with for them. So hopefully they're not going to cause me any dramas on the trip. Righto, so as I am towing a boat, and all your Troopy drivers would know that the standard mirrors are very small, so I have upgraded to the Clearview Next Gens. They do take a bit of getting used to. They're a bit weird. I feel that the position of the mirror just isn't in the right spot, and I don't know how you would overcome that. I feel that it needs to be closer to where the original mirror was. It just throws your vision out a little bit, and it's hard to explain, but I'm sure that whoever's fitted these kind of mirrors, they can kind of relate to it. But yeah, I'm getting used to them, but it just did take a while. There's been heaps of different ways that people have been fitting these things. I hated the look of the mirrors, the mirror bracket going over those badges. It just looked crap, so I was never going to do that. So what I ended up doing was, basically I cut the Toyota section off the Land Cruiser badge, and then tidied that up, blended it, painted it, and then used like double-sided adhesive tape to cover those existing holes that the badge created. So this mirror here covers that hole. The problem with this is on the passenger side, which I'll quickly shoot around and show you, but there's no way that I could have got around covering all of those holes. So it does look a bit weird because it's got a full stop there, but I've just plugged that hole there basically. But yeah, done the same thing, cut that, blended it, double-sided adhesive, but just the pattern of holes that badge creates on the opposite side just couldn't allow for me to do that. So anyway, I still prefer that over it. I still think that looks heaps better than what just covering the badges anyways, but yeah, each their own, but that's what I come up with and I'm pretty happy with. For all you subscribers and guys that have already tuned in to my previous videos, you will know that I fitted that 90 litre water tank to this as well. So that's from Long Range Automotive in Victoria. So that just sits down in front of your axle there, above your tail shaft. It's stainless steel, powder coated in black, so it blends in very nicely. I haven't yet plumbed that in yet. I'm still trying to sort out all of my electrical stuff in the back of it. But that will happen very soon. What else have we done? So I've got the RHINO rack Pioneer platform up the top there. Spoiler alert, that will be going. So if someone needs that rack, looking at that rack, comment, jump on my Instagram, DM me, come and get it. I will be selling that shortly. I think you might be able to guess what's going to be going up there. Coming down the passenger side of the vehicle, so I did decide to put the Max Tracks table on. Again, that's another video that I've done, step-by-step process on that and my thoughts on it. Still very happy with it, good decision, and it's going to be a game changer for the trip. I can see it now. It's going to be really helpful. Two adults living in a car, you're going to need as much space as you can, indoor and outdoor. So I've also got the 3.5 inch TORQIT single exhaust for a bit more flow. Again, I've done a video on that mod as well, so if you're interested on that, check it out. As I said before, there will be a few more performance upgrades coming up very shortly, so make sure you check them out. Righto, let's jump up the back. So got that spare wheel carrier, and I decided to go with the KAYMAR bar. So at this point in time, I've only got that right hand side swing away that's just holding up that wheel for us. When I took delivery of the KAYMAR bar, there was a bit of a packaging issue. There was a couple of components that were rubbing together. Wasn't a big issue at all. I just got in touch with them and just basically made them aware of it, you know, so they can try and prevent it in the future. Didn't really bother me too much. Wasn't a big issue at all. I just got in touch with them and just basically made them aware of it, you know, so they can try and prevent it in the future. Didn't really bother me too much. Yeah, so they ended up sending me this camp light as a bit of an apology for it. So, which, you know, they didn't have to do. That was really nice on their behalf. I still haven't got that wired up or anything either. Not sure if I'm going to use it yet. There's going to be a fair bit going on back here. I've had a chat to a few suppliers for a couple of accessories, so just waiting to hear back from those guys, and then I can start trying to figure out what's going on down the back here. There definitely will be some kind of swing away at the back on the left hand side, hopefully to assist with our cooking and meal prep. I'm not sure exactly what yet. There's a few different variants out there for cooking options, like your Weber boxes and all that sort of stuff, but I'm really not sure. I think I might just buy the dual jerry swing away to start off with, and then just try and continue to have a bit of a think about how I'm going to manage that back area and potentially modify that jerry swing away, just so I'm kind of keeping that whole rear end, that KAYMAR bar with all OEM swing aways and stuff like that. They don't really make stuff for the cookies. Hopefully that's something that they're going to think about, but in the meantime we'll just do what we need to do to get cooking and get on the road. Righto, before we jump in the back, we'll just jump into the driver's side, show you what's going on in here. So I do have a I've got the STEDI switch panel, fitted that in there. I was thinking about using that for all my accessories, but I'm probably not going to be using these. I'm thinking about using something with Bluetooth like capabilities, so I can remotely turn things on and off around the campsite, or whether I'm in bed. But yeah, stay tuned for that. No 70 series should be complete without a set of those one stone armrests. I couldn't get the color that I wanted, so I ended up buying 2 sets and then swapping the top and the bottom. So I wanted the grey cup holder and then the sandy looking cushion. I think it looks bloody magical. One stone, that needs to be an option, people. I do have the windshields on both those front doors as well. I think they were from like Ocam or something like that. Alright, jump in. Righto guys, so I've got the quad lock windscreen mount for the phone, so it's not flying around the car, nice and secure. This is the 2020 model, so it does have the inbuilt GPS on the head unit and a couple of extra cup holders and whatnot. Not a lot really. Yeah, that center console there, like they got a few cup holders there, but this bit here was a bit stupid. Nothing fits in there, so I just got a bit of foam and then just cut that out so my Yeti water bottle fits snug in there. So there's a good little idea for you guys if you're sick of things flopping around in there. Clark rubber, cheapest chips. So obviously the GXL model comes with your front and rear diff locks as well. So this is a GME handpiece, which again I've done a video on the installation of this particular unit as well, so check that out if you haven't already. So I've got the Ready Cruisers bracket and the mag base for that, so it just sits in there. It's nice and secure as well. 2-inch gear extension, bloody game changer, so much more comfortable. So we won't be updating that head unit for maps and stuff like that. We're probably going to use HEMA maps through our iPad, so I'm really not 100% sure on that one. So if anybody out there has some ideas, they have used the HEMA maps on their iPad, pros and cons, make sure you comment or jump on the Instagram and just get in touch with us and let us know what you think. But that's the plan at this point in time, whether we have a seat base mount for it or we just use a windscreen mount over there for when we need that. Like we use our iPad for all of our editing and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, so rather than spending a chunk of money on just upgrading that head unit, we tried to pour that money into something that was a bit more versatile that we can use for different things. So it kills it for editing and all that sort of stuff. So it's really good. So I'm hoping that the maps are going to be okay on the road, and we can also use that iPad as well for like, you know, watching movies and stuff if we need to, if we have to bunker down for a few wet days or whatever. Dimension. So I've got a full set of black ducks in that tan colour. Those rear seats, which are folded forward at the moment, and the fronts. So it's starting to wear in now. It's losing a little bit of colour on that driver's side. pretty much because I wear these shorts every day, so it's kind of wearing off onto the seat, but it is starting to get a little bit more malleable as well. But yeah, really good quality and a nice fit too, those black ducks, so should be good. Alright, let's have a look in the back. Rightio, first thing you'll probably notice, Outback Gear Solutions. I've got the bag on both the driver side and the passenger side. We didn't go for the big one. I still want to have some visibility at the back for the boat and all that sort of stuff. I won't be running a camera down the back or anything like that. Just stick my eyeballs at the back. But that should be okay. So I got that from those guys, and you'll probably notice as well, I've got that pin as well for the bigger Cobra. So shout out to those legends. I've also done that barn door drop down table for that larger door as well. So I've done a video on that and a full build on that, so go and check it out if you like it. There is a few modifications coming to that as well. Alright, so it is gutted at the moment, so I have stripped it out because I will hopefully be starting to get a bit of movement on this. Alright, so you will see that I put that car builder stage 1 sound deadening through the car. So I've done it on all the exterior panels, the wheel tubs, and all of the floor from the front seats forward basically. So I still have to put that the next stage 2 liner in, which I will do soon. At this point in time, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to actually set the back up. So there's heaps I've got to try and squeeze in here. We'll check that out. Bloody table comes in handy already. Right, so what's going to set this car back a little bit from the rest is this thing is going to be a fully capable 5-seater. So a lot of the Overland vehicles, the Troopies, they're only going to be the 2-seater, which I don't want. I want this to be versatile. This is going to be our daily driver when we're at home. So I want to have the ability to have passengers in there. So if I want to go away with the boys fishing or whatever for the weekend, we don't have to take 2 cars. We can just pile into this big rig and then piss off up the coast or whatever, and we can go for a fish. So that's going to be the plan. So what's going to happen is, so behind that rear bench seat, there's going to be a permanent setup, so full-time setup. So on the driver's side, I'm going to have the fridge freezer, which is going to be permanently set up, along with all of the 12-volt stuff as well. So we're going to have the lithium batteries, inverter, chargers, all that kind of gear in there. So that's going to be somewhat self-contained within that region there. I will be having a walk-through centre for when we do the swap to the 2-seater version. And then on the passenger side, so the left-hand side, we want to have this storage and a big pull-out drawer, which is going to be also full-time as well. So in front of that seat is where we're going to have the modular setup. So if we are going on our big trip, like the one that's coming up in June, we can just bust out that seat, drop in the floor plate, and then put in our modular storage for all the extras. So it's going to be very challenging trying to figure out how it's going to all mash in together and be nice and secure and be usable, because I still want to have it as well. So for example, once we put in that modular drop-in boxes for that extra storage, I still want to have it so this is a full bench as well, so we can sit along there, and also with the provision that I can drop that down so it's another bed as well. So that's going to be a challenge to try and make that work, just in case, you know, I'm pretty sure he's figured out that there's going to be something going on up the roof there. So, you know, if me and the missus get the shits with each other, we can split up, or if I go, you know, with my brother or whatever up fishing overnight or whatever, you know, there's 2 beds here, he doesn't have to take a swag or whatever the case may be. There's versatility there as well. So we just don't want to be locked into just, you know, single use stuff. So yeah, we should have plenty of storage here, fridge freezer, all the 12-volt stuff. So mixed into all of this arrangement, I've still got to fit in the ARB twin compressor. There is going to be a utility panel going into the driver's side vent, so that's going to allow us to have water outlet. I don't need water inlet because I've got the filler on the side. Potentially air outlet, although I do have other ideas for that at the moment, and also solar input as well from that point. So heaps to try and squeeze into this little portion here. I suppose with the goal, just making sure that it is going to be set up for longevity, and also the flexibility for having the modular setup as well. So heaps coming up, guys. If you are interested in this, you want to see how this thing unfolds, keep your fingers crossed for me. There's going to be heaps of work going on. Hopefully it all comes to plan. We are going to be under the pump soon. I know it's all going to be happening. There's a lot of those big ticket items that are like getting compressed into one little area as well, which I am starting to stress about. But look, hopefully it's all going to come together. 5 months sounds like a long time, but it's going to come through super quick. I know it is. Jump along for the ride, guys. It should be fun. Once this thing's built and done, like, there's going to be some really cool stuff coming up. Trip's going to be a bit of a convoy, so there's going to be my parents. They're going to be towing a van with his cruiser. My brother's coming with his kids. They're towing a van with his Prado as well. So, and yeah, we will be doing the full lap minus Tassie. So, fair bit coming up. I've still got to get a boat sorted. That's another stress point, but I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. So yeah, heaps of fishing action. So yeah, if you're keen, guys, jump on board. Should be awesome. So there's just a bit of a rundown, guys. As I said, I kind of kick-started things a little bit late. So I know you've probably seen all the stuff that was on it through the other videos, but I thought I'd just give you a bit of a rundown of it. It is at that halfway point now, so yeah, plenty of exciting things coming up, and this thing's going to be pretty cool once it's finished. So yeah, make sure you tune in, guys. Give us a subscribe and a thumbs up, and if you've got any questions about anything that you've seen on the vehicle or anything, or my thoughts on any of the processes or product, yeah, make sure you comment or jump on my Instagram, and yeah, just DM us and I'll get back to you. Anyway, till the next video, guys, hook in.